What's up, Cutie Pie Gang? It's your girl, Cutie Pie Reed, and today we're doing a story time. And since I'm starting my YouTube back up and trying to get them followers, I'm gonna start doing these story times of all type of crazy stuff that done happened to me, giving stories and stories. And I know that some may sound crazy, but it's definitely true. And I said, why not? I'm telling it to my boyfriend, telling it to my friends, telling everybody else what happened. They'd be like, girl, you need to put that on a show. So I said, why not? I'm gonna give y'all a show and let y'all know what is up. So stay tuned and listen to this story about this crazy client from hell. Okay. So let's get into it. Boom. Check. Okay. So I'm a hairstylist, right? Before I was I'm a cosmetologist, but before I was a cosmetologist, I was just a hairstylist, which I feel like there's no difference. There's really no difference to me. But so being a hairstylist, I'm doing hair out of my house. I'm doing hair anywhere I can basically get my hands with a chair and you can come and I can do it real quick. We was in there. Matter of fact, I'm pushing my camera down because y'all, I feel like it's hating on me. It's just hating on me. But basically, so back to what I was saying before the camera interrupted me. You see how people just be hating on you for no reason? But yeah, so I used to do hair wherever, do it whichever way. I was, them hustlers, them hairstylists, them hustling hairstylists out there. They know what's up. They know what I'm saying. They do hair. Hey, baby, if I gotta do it in my kitchen, I gotta do it in my grandmama kitchen. I gotta do it in my auntie kitchen. I gotta do it in my nephew kitchen. Whoever house what I gotta do, backyard, basement, garage, school, dorm. You heard all that. I used to do hair anywhere. So I'm at an age, so I was doing hair out of my house. So while I'm doing her out of my house, the client hits me up, and I wish y'all I had the receipts. I really do slick feel like I do have the receipts for some of this stuff that she said, but it's so YouTube that I can't even post some of the pictures because they'll be like blocking me or reporting me. And then my old phone got damaged. I'm gonna probably find it. I'm probably gonna get it and show y'all because y'all know people be like, girl, that phone went damaged. You ain't got no teeth. Anyway, so I booked appointments like by basically I was booking appointments because I didn't have like a calendar, or I had a calendar but I didn't have like a planner how people can go online and book. So I used to just get people to text me, which I still kind of do that now. But get people to text me and be like, hey, they want to make an appointment. So this girl that basically I had went to high school with, which damn if they gonna tell who it is, they have to go through 50 other bitches. I went to high school with 50 people. But anyway, so I went to school with her. And when I say I went to school with her, like we was cool. So she booked an appointment with me. She hit me up and was like, hey, I'm trying to get my hair colored. I'm trying to get it, installed. I'm trying to get it hooked up. Now, remind y'all, if anybody know, she ain't my friend. I knew her from school. And you know how in relationships where they be knowing, like, say you do something and people that know you from school be like, oh, yeah, what's up, girl? Like, now all of a sudden we best buds, but ain't never called me, ain't never talked to me a day in her life. I'm trying to wonder why they calling me right now. I'm trying to wonder why somebody's calling my phone right now. I wish I could put it on Do Not Disturb. I should have did that. Anyway, so that was the kind of relationship that we had. Like she was like we used to be cool when we was younger in school. Like we ain't in school no more, sis. We ain't in school. And it had been a couple of years, so when she hit me up like on some cool stuff, it really was like some cool stuff. Like, okay, yeah, what's up, girl? Okay, yeah. But in the back of my head, I was like, what you trying to get? What you trying to get done? Cause I got things to do. I got people to do. So she told me the color. She told me that she wanted a color, two colors, and that she wanted her hair sewn in. So I was like, cool. Booked the appointment. We're good. Okay. So the day comes. She comes in. Now again, y'all, I do my hair. I was doing it in my kitchen. So as soon as you walk in my house, you're like, boom, that's the kitchen, and it's open. So I just had a chair where I could set all my stuff up on my counter, and I basically just was working from there, like whipping it up, flipping it up. You know what I'm saying? I did that. I was whipping hair. She come in. The first stopper we gonna run the brakes on was when she pulled up. She had her son. She had her kid with her. So I was already, I didn't really look out the window to see her coming in. I just knew that, you know what I'm saying, the door was going, she was going to knock on the door. So I come to the door, and the first thing I see is her kid. I'm like, I ain't even looked at her. I'm looking down like, what is that? What the F is that? Like, what is that? Who is that? And she like, girl, I had to bring my son. Girl, I had to bring my son. And I think that's really all she said, because honestly, I don't remember us even really having a conversation about it. I was just so mad in the inside, like, with that look like, bitch, did you really just bring your son? But she was like, he don't do nothing. He be on his phone. He good. How you gonna tell me? How you gonna tell me what's good? How you gonna tell me in my house what's good? How you gonna tell me in my appointment what's good? And one thing that I do know that I do, I definitely send a confirmation. I don't care if I ain't licensed to nothing, which I am now. Da 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 da. But if I wasn't, I'd still be sending confirmations out, like no extra kids, no nothing. One, because I have a dog, and if I gotta put my baby up, you gotta put your baby up. Okay? So she basically had the son in there. So he's sitting at the table. First thing he do, the first thing, y'all, this was already popping it up. This was, oh God. Soon as she walked in and we got in there and she said her son, girl, they walked in my house like, bitch, we running this. We're doing this. Like, this is no problem. Do you hear what I'm saying? So she set him in the kitchen, with us, and we were just sitting there. I kind of played it off real cool, like laughing, because she trying to reminisce like about the past to try to distract me on the fact that her son is really here. But it didn't distract me, because as soon as he came in the kitchen, he sat down at the table while I'm, like we're kind of like apart. Like he's sitting in the chair facing us because I had a table, and then we're sitting right here getting our hair done. So we facing him like this, and he facing us like this, and he gets up. People are still texting me, y'all. I'm sorry. I know I do hair, so it'd be like they be texting me, and I mean when they text you one time, they'll keep going on and on and on. To be like, hey girl, but if I text you like that, you'll be like, calm down, girl, I got it. You know what I'm saying? Anyway, but I mess with them. That's the life of a hairstylist. And so basically he gets up, y'all. The little boy gets up and he opens up my refrigerator and he like, Mama, I want some cheese. Some cheese, like first of all, seeing him touch my refrigerator, I was like, y'all, it was like in slow motion, like, what is he doing? Oh no, not touching my refrigerator. So he opened it up and he like, I want some cheese, Mama, I want some cheese. Now he ain't just no little bitty kid. Like he's like, between the toddler and about to be, he's definitely talking and walking and able to wipe his own butt. He's definitely able to probably spell his name. He's definitely probably able to be in the first grade. That's how I feel. So he like, Mama, I want some cheese. I want some cheese, Mama. And she like, do she got some cheese in there? Excuse me? Like, y'all, I was just sitting there looking, like, I was so mad inside, but I'm the type of person that I really don't get all the way that turned up until it's like, okay, now, all right, now, but I'm going to get there, because y'all know we had to get to that, because I literally was almost about to karate chop her in there. So she, like, talking to him, and they discussing this, like, I'm not even there. And so I gave the little boy some cheese, like the little Velveeta cheese slices. I gave him one, girl. He was eating the cheese, and she was like, he hungry. He just hungry. And I done told him about coming over here doing that. But she acted like he wasn't even there. She talking to me about how she's smoking weed all the time, how she do this, how she do that, what she do. And then she had some stuff going on in her personal life where I guess a family member had passed away. And she was just dogging everybody out, dogging her family members out, dogging everybody out. I had knew some of her family members because remember I told you I went to school with her. And I had really actually knew her and was cool with her in school. So when she would tell me stuff, at some point she literally broke out in tears. But we gonna just recap. We gonna just pause that first, and then we gonna go back to him eating the cheese, the little cheese. So he eating the cheese. I mean, he's sitting there talking and we just talking. So my boyfriend at the time, of course, we lived together. So he ends up leaving, and most of the time when I'm doing clients, he doesn't want to be here. So he'll just leave, not to be in his space, not for people to be looking. And I don't play, okay? Bees, no. It ain't no point in my boyfriend being here, sitting here, we talking about having a conversation. I mean, what's the point? You ain't getting them. That's just how I can be sometimes. Plus, he's just respectful. He's very respectful. So he leaves. So she like, girl, you ain't got no food in there. And I was like, really ain't nothing in there to eat. Because remember, he asked me for the cheese. And I was like, it ain't really nothing in there for him to eat. It ain't really nothing in there for me to eat because me and my boyfriend is on a healthy diet right now. So I just kind of got rid of all the junk out the refrigerator and all the snacks out of the cabinet. I was like, because I kept saying I'm gonna eat healthy. I'm gonna eat healthy, but then I would probably eat an apple and then go to Chick-fil-A and then come home and my boyfriend would definitely be like, I got some brownies. And I'd be like, yeah, let me just get 3 brownies. I'm gonna work out tomorrow. That's what I be doing. So he like, okay, whatever. He leaves. This girl tells me she had the audacity to say, where your boyfriend at? Where he about to go? Can he bring my son something to eat? Bitch, he don't even supposed to be here. He don't even supposed to be here. What are you talking about? So me, I was like, girl, you doing too much. I was like, you already getting on my nerves. And all this hasn't even gotten us down to starting on her hair. We done all from the time she got in here, I've been feeding her son like I work at a daycare. And she in here trying to reminisce about the time, girl, can we get to your hair? But then I noticed something while she's sitting there, y'all. This fool still got hair in her head. She still has hair in her head. She still had a whole sew-in with the closure in her head and brought to a door. To a door. I'm gonna put the picture of a door dye somewhere up here. Put some freaking. She had 2 bottles of a door, and if anybody know what that is, the semi-permanent color. It been these little bitty bottles. She had never remind y'all she wanted to have 2 colors. She wanted to have one color and another color, and she wanted them to be like one color on this side and one color on this side. If you get what I'm saying, and I will post pictures again because I know a lot of people be like, what you saying? What you saying? You know what I'm saying. The picture right here is gonna be up here to somebody having 2 different color tones on their head. Red shit. So I mean, it ain't for everybody. Sometimes I like it, but whatever. That's what she wanted. But remind y'all, the hair in her head. So in my eyes, I'm like, I'm about to take all this down, have to do it. But also that's me, y'all. Like I be ready to be like, well, we just gotta do this. God dang, like damn, she gonna have me messed up, all behind. But then it hit me, and I was like, are you taking this out? And she was like, no, just touch up just touch up like how you do your baby hairs, how I be seeing you do your baby hairs, and then just color it while it's in there. What? And you brought me these 2 colors after I asked you, she was like, no, I got so much of the color, girl, it don't make no sense. But today you only got one of this color and one of this color. And how we gonna get this in your head? So I'm gonna have to go through and remind y'all, her hair's not blonde. Her hair's not 613. Her hair's not something that you can just apply the color and then it puts on there. No, her hair was jet black. When I say jet black, like my shirt black. She had that shirt on, y'all. On her head, basically. I don't know why I said that. But she basically had black hair. So remind you, if anybody know, you gotta lift that color, lift that black to get a blonde to even put the color or get a lighter tone for it to be able to take color. So that's extra work. She ain't got none of that. She ain't got the bleach. She ain't got nothing. So my boyfriend's out, and I'm like, hey, I think I had a little bit of powder left, but I didn't have a lot. So I was like, hey, can you bring me some powder? She was like, well, girl, now we back. Because I just had to step y'all on the beginning. She came in here with her son. The girl got the hair in her head, and it's black, and she wanted to be blue and a color. So, because I don't want to get too disturbed, because then y'all might know who the hell I'm talking about. And I really ain't trying to say it as if like I don't like her. I don't like her ways. Because a lot of people like to bash people. And I'm not. I'm just trying to say that she crazy. And she was really crazy for fooling with me because I don't play that. And I ain't got time for that. So she kept on like basically just trying to, feel me out and like trying to just ask me little stuff. And her son, she telling me about her life, y'all, like telling me like grown people stuff. Remind you her son sitting there. So after a while he started asking questions like, mama, what's your who? My auntie, my da da da. She cussed him out so bad and was like, you need to step in grown place to place. You need to step in the grown place. You always been in the grown place. You need to get up out my face. Get up out my face and go in the living room. She must forgetting that this not her house. So the little boy gets up and go in there because he's on his phone, a little tablet or whatever. Now in my house, I have a bowl of candy. Like I'll be having a big bowl to just be whatever candy I buy. If I see it in the area, candy on sale, I'll get it, and I normally leave it in a bowl in front of the door. So when people walk out of the door, they can just take the candy. But I also have a bowl of it in the living room. But I stopped doing that because of kids, one. Well, really my dog, because my dog would jump on the table and actually try to eat the candy. So I had the candy in there, but I had a smaller bowl this time. She goes in there. She sends them in there. I ain't got no TV on nothing because, again, y'all, I'm trying to get this done. So I literally just fixed her baby, like swooped her ends into the closure. Hold on, y'all. I swooped her hair, like, got her real hair down behind the closure because whoever did the closure, they had it like back there and all her hair was out. I guess they're trying to make it look really, really natural, but I ended up just swooping it, like fixing all that up, making it look real good. But I had to color it, so we did color. But while we coloring, she's like, "Yeah, can your boyfriend bring my son some food?" So I didn't tell my boyfriend that the food was for a kid. I told him that the food was for me. So I was like, "Hey, can you give me a 4 for $4 from Wendy's?" And he was like, "Yeah, when I come back around, I'll drop it off." So I'm like, "Okay." But in my eyes, I'm like, I'ma just give it to him. And she said, "Can he get it and I'll pay him back?" So I was even on top of that, like, "Okay, yeah, I'm gonna just cash it back and back and be like, no, thank you, baby. Like, straight lunch was on me. I don't know why $4, but whatever." So, and I was gonna send him the $4 or whatever that she gave me. Because remind y'all, I told y'all I didn't have no food in there because we're trying to be on a diet, we're trying to eat good, and I had really went grocery shopping because I had went before and I had a whole bunch of junk. So she's like, "Yeah, basically waiting on that." So he comes back, but he leave back out. He just drops the food off. So she dropped the food off to me, and I take out the chicken nuggets, and she said, "How many nuggets you want?" And he was like, 6. But remind you, I didn't tell him that it was for me. For him. I told him it was for me. So my boyfriend just got the regular 4 for $4 that come with the 4 nuggets. So when she came back, I gave him the nuggets and I gave him the fries out of the thing and I gave him the drink. And I was like, "I'm going to keep the burger because at this point, bitch, I'm hungry." The fuck? And she going to turn around and say, "Oh, now you hungry? I thought you was eating healthy. Why you going to eat that burger? You might as well give it to me." I was just looking at her in a shock like, "Girl, you like 2 steps from getting your butt kicked up out of here." And I should have been had her up out of there. But again, it was a friend, so I think she started to, well, not a friend, an old high school friend. And she felt like this was some times that, she could really, I don't know, but I didn't like it. And I was sitting there like, girl, I was just boiling. Like it was already kind of right here, but she had me like right there. Like you could see the smoke coming out of my head when she said, "Oh, you on a diet, but you eating a burger? Girl, take this burger before I smash it down your throat." That's what I was thinking. So I said something. I was like, "Girl, my man got the burger anyway." Now, remind you, while we doing all this talking back and forth, there's no money being exchanged for this meal. Her son looks up and say, when he realized what he got, he said, "I said 6 chicken nuggets. If we don't get y'all up out of here." So while I'm doing her hair, time go on, he eating, everything done calm down. She basically starts talking to her baby daddy, start calling her because she got another kid. So her baby daddy's blowing her up, blowing her up, blowing her up. Even during the time while we doing her hair, she started crying in the middle of me doing her hair. Like, she was talking to me about her situations in her life. They wasn't no different than nobody else's, but she was talking about death that happened in her life. A close family member had died. So she was just crying. Like, she just started crying on me, where I was like, what the hell? And y'all, I brought up that candy to say later on, so I hope that I'm not confusing nobody, because I said all this to be saying I have candy and bows on my thing. So when she sent the boy in the kitchen, while he was sent him in the living room after he was too busy talking and listening to what we were saying, I had the candy on the table. So that's why I'm like, put two and two, the little boy in the living room with my candy. So that's already disaster. And then she's sitting in here telling me about her life, and she crying, and I'm trying to get this color in her head. Well, I'm really trying to bleach right now. So once we bleach, and I'm like hugging her like, oh my God, I'm still so sorry, like what's going on? But in my head, I'm like, what is going on in here? Like, they done ate my cheese, they done got a meal, now she crying, and she, like, I got stuff to do. So she gets through crying, I mean instantly, like, I'm back. And she's talking to me about her man, her baby daddy's calling. I mean, calling so much, but she like, girl, I don't even want to answer the phone. So I'm just looking at her like, whatever. We finally get to the point where we done added the color. So she finally answers the phone for her baby daddy on FaceTime. And he's talking to her fine. Then he says, like, where you at? You need to come on and get your son. Like, I've been having him all day. And I had him all weekend. And I need you to get your son. And she like, I got my son. And he's like, no, your other son. And I guess she got two other whatever. And he was like, you know, and it's like a baby. Like, he got like a baby. Like, you could tell the baby was like 1 or less than 1. And he like, yeah, come get your, like, I'm about to, like, where you at? I'm gonna bring it to you. And she was like, just come on. Yeah, just come over here. I'm gonna give you her address. I said, no. Like, I had to stop her. Like, I was just shocked that she was even about to tell this man my address. I said, girl, you know I can't have, you already know you can't have no kids over here. I said, girl, they can't get nobody my address. Ain't nobody coming over here. And then she was like, well. And then it got quiet because he got quiet. And then we both got quiet. And I was like, just looking at them in the background. She was on the phone. Then he was looking. And he was like, so what you gonna do? And she was like, so he can't come at all? I said, he can't come at all. He gonna drop him off? You already got one here that you don't supposed to have here, girl. And she was like, dang. Like, you being super hard on me. Like, you being too hard on me right now. Girl, quit playing dumb. And I think some people like that be really knowing what's going on. So she, like, just kept on acting crazy. And I finally got this bleach in her hair. We had to wash it out, which took us forever because it's in her head. And making sure, and I'm like trying to tell her that that's very hard to be bleaching hair in your head. And, you know, it's not your hair, it's weed, where that bleach can possibly, you know, seep down in the track and take your hair out. Like, it's so much into it, but she just wanted to do it so bad, so I did it anyway. And then we added the color, and then once we added the color, we got it done. So we was good, right? On top of that, she wanted to ask me if she could smoke a blunt in there, and I'm like, girl, your baby's in here. So when I went to the bathroom, I went up, like, my bathroom is the one in the hallway, but I got one upstairs. So I wanted to go to the one upstairs because, one, I was like, let me go up here and just, you know what I'm saying? So I went upstairs, and as I'm going around upstairs to my living room area to go up the steps, I see that the candy that I had just bought before they came, because I had put that candy in there, I just filled it up, I just bought the candy. It was missing. Like, it was gone. Like, it was gone. And I noticed it as I walked by, so I kind of looked like, but I was like, I'm going to wait till I come back down here. So I come back down, and I'm, like, looking at him, and I can see, girl, the candy's sitting on the side of him. It's all out of his pockets. It's everywhere. He done put all the candy in his pocket. So I told him, I tapped him, and I was like, you cannot put all that candy in your pocket. I was like, you give me back some of that candy. You don't need all that candy. I just got you Wendy's. You just ate cheese, and then you think you about to eat 99 pieces of damn warheads and lemon heads and airheads. It's not happening today. So give me some of them. Take 2 airheads. You know the little airheads being a pack. Then take them and sit your little butt on down. So when I'm telling her, she come in there, she like, what are you doing? And I was like, you can hear me what I'm saying. She snatches him up, literally shake him like a piñata, and all the candy dropping off out of his pants and out of his coat. And now I feel bad because I'm like, she done tried to beat the crap out of him, like, for this candy. Like, girl, you should have been a long time ago when he got that cheese out of my refrigerator. But she was like, shaking him, girl, the candy dropping everywhere. So So I'm picking the candy up, I put it back in the bowl, and I'm like telling him nice. I was like, you can have two, you know, here you go, you can have two, but you cannot have all the candy. He like, okay. So I go back in, we getting to do her hair. So as we get done, she's like, well, yeah, I was thinking that, you know, you got a time to smoke, you want to smoke one? And I was like, no, I don't. She was like, I mean, I was thinking about, you know, I could go get you something to eat. You talking about eat healthy, what you been eating? I was like, I don't want nothing right now. I want my money. That's what I want. So you can go and go, you know, I just need to get, I got some people behind you. So she was like, dang, and before her birthday too. So she was asking me like what I'm doing that night. Are we gonna be able to go out? Can I go out for her birthday? And I'm like, yeah. By this time, y'all, she done called so many different people while she here. Like she thought she was at home or a family member's house. So we going back and forth. Like I'm like, yeah, like, you know, just kind of saying whatever to get her out the door. So finally, I hear my dog like come out. Like, you know how you can hear the gate open up for a dog, whatever. So I hear the dog. So I'm like, oh, girl, the little boy done let the dog out. He's like chasing the dog around. The dog going crazy. And he then tried to pick the dog up. He picked the dog up, and you know how like you can try to pick it up the wrong way and it can kind of bite you back like play. But she's a little dog, so girl done bit the damn baby. He done threw my dog, and now I'm in here just like, what the hell? Cause he like screaming like, he bit me, but you know he don't know that it's a she. And he like, he bit me, and I'm like, who? You know, looking, and I'm like, did you open up the gate? Did you open up the gate for the dog? And he was like, no, the dog opened up the gate. I said, that gate, and it's a box right there. Like, I literally put that right there because I know my dog will literally try to get out. Like, she'll push so much, but he was like, no, I opened it up a little bit. Why y'all still here? So I'm like, my money, I'm like, it's cool, you know, you okay. It wasn't no blood, it wasn't nothing crazy. It literally just, she snapped back at him like, don't pick me up, baby. I'm not a baby. I'm not a little kid, you know, or however they be holding them. So we end up basically standing up for a minute, and I'm like, hey, you know, girl, can you give me my money? And she like, dang, it's my birthday. I mean, I can't get it for free. I can't get a discount, a heavy discount. Like, I done told you everything going on with me, girl. I don't need really right now to be spending no money. What? Girl, I will beat you up in here. That's exactly, girl, I was like, what? I was like, no, girl. I said, you ain't I said, on my birthday, girl, you didn't give me no discount. You ain't gave me no money. And she was like, all that ghetto ass laughing. Nobody got time to be playing with you. Girl, give me my money. And we literally sat there and debated on this for about 10 minutes. Like, she really thought she wasn't going to pay me. And then was like, dang, I got half, and I'm going to give you the rest when I get home on Cash App. I said, no, you going to give it to me right now. And you can tell whoever you about to Cash App to Cash App me. She was like, I just wait. Never gave me the money for the food. Never gave me anything. But all that to say that she ended up still paying me, but she didn't pay me all of it. She paid me like $10 less. And I didn't even care because I was so ready for her to get out of my house, y'all. And I was so ready for me to say I'll never, ever, 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 ever do her hair again. Because, you know, I ate all my goddamn little food that I did have left. And then, before we end this video, do y'all know that when I left, hold on, I hear my dog. Do y'all know before I left that this girl took that candy? Both of them took the candy again and had it. That when he was coming out, she was putting the candy. When I came back in there, she was getting him to, you know, tell him to come on or whatever after she had tried to give me the money. And she was trying to walk in there. Girl, she picked that candy up and put it in her pocket. And I wanted to say, bitch, now what the hell? I just told him he could have it. Y'all, I be hearing stuff in my house, like my neighbor. It be so weird. Like, I can hear people outside. So sorry if I look like a deer in headlights because, baby, I be ready to, like, I hear something, I be like, I'm about to go. But, y'all, she took my candy with her son and then left and then still paid me less than what it was. And then had the audacity that later on she sent me a picture, a video, girl, loving her hair, like, in the bathroom, smoking a blunt blowing the smoke and was like, post this for me. The most unprofessional, ghettoest picture I ever seen. Now, I don't know about y'all, but we don't see no arrogant Tate over here having nobody posting no pictures and doing no videos with no dang smoke and nobody blunt, and she needed to ash it. It was all out of, it was all ratchetness. It was all giving me hood chick. And I couldn't do it. And I just had to get this video out here because I know that it may have seemed like it was long, but y'all, it was a lot. And also, it showed me right there, like, to start getting that backbone with these clients, because I still would be like soft at times about certain stuff because I respect my craft. I just want to do the work. I just love doing hair. I just love making people pretty. I just love making them feel happy when they get their hair done. But I would be too soft where I'll be like, okay, you know. And it taught me now, like, you don't have to do all that for $1. You ain't gotta do all that for $1. Like, every dollar ain't a dollar. What is it? No. Every dollar, all money ain't good money. That's what it was. So it's like I didn't even need to do that with her because I ended up paying for her child to eat, and she paid me $10 less, and she didn't even, like, y'all, it was so much that I couldn't even believe that that even happened to me as a stylist. But I hope that if y'all like this video, if y'all even thought that this video was any slightly amusing than I thought it was, please thumbs up the video, like, comment, subscribe. I do have more videos I'm going to drop. Y'all might see me with the same hair because I got another story time video of how I got to fighting in the Goodwill. So I wanted to be able to put that on here. So y'all look for that video because it's definitely coming soon. And I know y'all want to know about it because, y'all, I was not playing with them. Like, even though, yeah, you got to show them what's up. But hope that y'all love this video. Hope that y'all enjoyed everything. Again, subscribe to your girl channel. And keep it cute, baby.